did not expect the response that everyone's thrown out today. You'll have to excuse me if I'm a bit quiet, my housemate's asleep. Again, probably sure you've noticed by now, yeah, Guitar Hero. Couldn't find my mic from when I used to record for this channel. Haven't done so in a while. Anyway, I digress. I'm personally overwhelmed by the response by everyone here. I knew that this sub affected people, and affected people in some ways that most people outside of the community wouldn't expect. It's fucking battle anyway. Look, one thing I did want to say was the fact that the post that is made that I did this into, I done it myself. Stupid of me for the fact that I didn't actually discuss it earlier with other mods. I really should have, but yeah, I was a bit pissed. And if my microphone's blocking it, hang on. And that's not counting the half a dozen in front of me. Shit, there goes my mouse. First things first, the reason I'm doing this video is not only to say thank you to everyone, but also for Stone Temple Pilot 420. What about users? Made that response video. That's literally the first time that anyone has gone to the effort to respond to something that I've created. Like, so, I mean, I've had comments from stories and stuff I've written, but it actually really moved me. Like, you can ask anyone in the Telegram chat. I was fucking stonewalled. It was, yeah, a bit of a shock. But I wanted to touch on a couple of things that he did mention and expand on a few more. Number one, the comment by Griffin, Leo, fella I flared, cop. Wasn't just him as well, bloke underneath him, independent 1411, bloke or chick, I don't know, didn't really specify sex or gender or whatever the fuck these kids do these days. But just to highlight what he said right there, I've learned a tremendous amount from this sub, and it's definitely made me better at what I do. Everything from just responding to investigating to even treating medical issues. That is basically what I've been spruiking from day fucking one for this website. I mean, sure, you got your gore hounds and shit like that. Let's come in and see a bit of blood and guts. Comes with the territory. I mean, I was not one of them. I mean, death didn't faze me. There's a... Hang on. I see that every day I walk out of the house. Don't look like much to you, but that was very young Greedy. Well, might as well say Jack because I dropped my fucking name in the post. That was a very young Jack, and a fellow we'll call Bob. Bob was a regular at my nightclub I worked. One of the first I ever did. I want to do my fucking ashtray. There it is. One of the first ever clubs I ran. Bob was coward punched by some random fuckwit from Ferntree Gully. Back of the head, lights out, hit the ground. Coup contra coup, game over. He was basically dead on the stop. It's what we call a dead drop in the job. That is my reminder. That's why I don't use that tag anymore. If you look closely at that, rewind it, pause, whatever, you'll see there's a little spot in the loop of the two. That's his blood. People have their own way of dealing with shit. People have, well, I don't really know any other way of putting it. People have their own way of dealing with shit. I mean, we get a lot of flack for the dark humour here as well. I've always been of mind that dark humour not masks pain per se, but breaks the tension. Yeah, breaks the tension for uncomfortable circumstances. But, digressing again, sorry. I've had a couple more. I'm out of my beer, so I'm on my emergency vodka. Not only do we have LEO in here, but we also have Fire and EMS, Starbursty 2122. Yeah. My best mate, he's a fiery. Some of the shit I've seen him deal with. And do yourself a favour, well, wouldn't really call it a favour per se, look up Black Sunday. There's a big fire out over my end of town. Little place called King Lake. Up in the bush. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Got gutted by a fire years ago. I remember the day distinctly because it was a couple of days. We're actually out and about for my birthday. It wasn't my birthday on the day, but we were out and about and we were having a swim at the Collingwood pool. Off our chops, acid. You ever go swimming on acid? It's fucking great. And I started to get wind of what was happening. I rocked up to work that night and one of my guards wasn't there. He was one of them. Lost his house, lost his wife, lost himself. This sub isn't full of psychopaths or sadists. This is a group of people who, like myself, value life and understand just how quickly a normal day goes wrong. King fucking oath. Podesta 9000. I just realised how many users actually have numbers in their names. In the military for training, they show videos exactly like this, not just of combat, but of people walking in front of planes or general safety precautions that weren't heeded. Sometimes for some people, seeing a video like this could easily save their life and have a drastic impact on how they navigate their daily lives. Right fucking there. Out of the 7,000, 8,000, fucking 8,000 bloody comments we've had, near all of them, nearly every single one, has been about it. People have been more aware of what they're doing, where they're going, what they are, what's around them, their surroundings. That alone, that's the fact that started off as like a little 10k subreddit full of gorehounds from Live Leak. Fuck off, mouse. And just seeing the sub evolve into what it is now, I mean, it's just, wow. We had the same thing in security training. We had some do not do's videos, and one of them involved pretty much exactly the same things I described earlier with Bob. Not his real name, obviously. I think I said that. Can't remember. Drunk. And that was not my first taste of it, but that was I realised, you know, the world ain't sunshine and lollipops, and I could view this sort of stuff objectively without letting emotions come in or going all full retard like these fucking lefties do on half this site. Now on to the politics part of things. Yay. Matt Sanders. I come here every time there's an innocent black man shot by police type controversy because no other source but the video itself can give me an actual understanding of what happened in the situation. Media will either tell me that he was a sweet kid with aspirations for Harvard, or they'll tell me he was a brainless thug. None of these opinions matter if the video shows him trying to grab his or the officer's gun. Objectivity, nice work. Fuck's sake. The objectivity of the video provided by this sub helps me get a better understanding of these controversies. I was commenting over in Drama. If you have a look at my post history, you'll see it, where someone started doing their usual thing, which we cop constantly. There's a sub-mentions bot. Whenever Watch People Die is mentioned, moderators like myself, Tej, Gore, we can get notified by it. It's handy for checking out brigades and shit like that. And they said something about they want to hear this. They already hear enough of this on the news. My response was along the lines of, you hear a sanitized version. You hear stuff that's easily digestible. You hear and see that crap that's blurred out or beeped out or cut before the quote-unquote money shot. And that sort of shit just don't fly with me. Like, I've always been anti-censorship. I've said that many fucking times in this sub that I'm anti-censorship. And it's just, I I'm not going to go further into that, especially with the politics stuff. But basically, it's one of the reasons why I've strove to keep this place as neutral as possible, because I didn't want this politics BS. Which, by the way it's going, is what's going to fucking kill it. Mr. Biscuits 93. I think death and dying are romanticised in movies and TV, and I think it's important for people to be exposed to the real thing to understand the gravity of the topic. 3 Gildings. It pretty much speaks for itself right there. A lot of people think that, oh yeah, it can't be that bad, like compared to movies. And like you've got some realistic stuff, like, well, funnily enough, I don't really watch that many gore movies. I prefer my psychological horror myself. Yeah, obviously, instead of the Evil Dead's one of my favourite movies. It's schlock horror stuff. But comment underneath, Air Raid Jade. Yeah, for real, you want to talk about glorifying violence, want to take a look at the endless supply of ultra-violent summer blockbuster films that make death look like a light-hearted fucking game. This sub is the exact opposite of that. It shows you how horrible and heavy the topic is, that it's not something to take lightly or encourage. And then this one. JT Sports 27. Also, lots think suicide. I'm just going to jump and go, but this subreddit really shows you how serious the thing death really is. That you're just a body. Once jumping, life doesn't stop for all else. I lost count at over 70 people, not including a couple of reports that were put down that people who didn't want to speak up, which I'm not going to push for. I mean, it's been such a overwhelming fucking drop down for us anyway. Not to mention 200 odd PMs and, I reckon maybe 20 or so people over the years that have come through Modmail and had a chat with us when they're feeling that way. There's one bloke that comes through. He always comes through high as a kite and just makes absolutely no sense. And we chat like we're neighbours. And, yeah, there was one. I can't find the photos now because I've just recently moved house, but actually I don't even think the other moderators know about this one. One of our users reached out to me about 2 years ago. Actually, no, it wasn't 2 years ago. It was about a year ago when I made my big rant about suicide. Fuck, it wasn't even that. It was 9 months ago. Anyway, just saying that basically that my words moved up. And she wasn't considering it anymore, and I'm just going, look, glad to hear that. You know, if you need to chat, I'm here. Have a good old natter. That's exactly what we did, on and off. Now, I'm not going to give her username out, but she sent me, it was a Scottish girl, she sent me photos of her wedding as a thank you. They're in a box here somewhere, probably this fucking thing here. Yeah. Underneath JT Sports, Air Raid Jade again. There's a large part of why I'm still here. My plan was to get hit by a train. Then I came here and saw several videos of people who were hit by trains. Excuse me. It wasn't anything like I was expecting. I was thinking it would hit me and I'd be dead instantly, but that's not what happened to the people I saw. Cut in half, lost limbs, guts hanging out, mangled body parts, all while fully conscious and aware of every bit of pain and agony for several minutes while they're on their way out. Not the quick and easy exit I'd hoped for, but I'm glad I learned that sitting at my computer, not lying in pieces, strewn across the tracks. There's one of those 70s. Retro Architect. The sub is a place for people to view the horrors of the world. It should not be seen as a place that encourages violence, but rather one that wards us from violence. I've seen videos of school shootings, suicide, ISIS kills, police brutality, and more that help me realise the horror of those situations by putting me right in the centre of them. Death is real, and watch people die is a constant reminder of that. You sensing a trend here? To remove this sub would be to try to bury reality. To prevent people from witnessing these horrors would do far more harm than good. Even if this sub is surrounded by death, I believe its outward effect on Reddit and its users is undeniably positive. Touching base on what I was saying earlier about the sub-mentions bot, probably between 50 and 100 on average a day. Out of them, probably 4/5 of them are jokes, like from other subs saying, There's a couple in the NBA a while ago where there was a massive denial in a death slam dunk, and someone quoted, am I in Watch People Die? Just shit like that. And you get a couple that will drop Watch People Die in reference to basically what Retro Architect just said. Then you've got the 4 or 5 that just basically call the sub disgusting. It's their opinion, each their own, don't get me wrong. Oh, God, that's harsh. That's better. Lost my train of thought there. Yes, the people that just basically think the sub's disgusting. Usually I'll chime in on this if only if I'm subscribed to the subreddit, and otherwise, brigading, stuff like that. But I'll tell them every single time, you don't like it, don't fucking go there. It's that simple. It's not fucking rocket science. This bubble wrapping bullshit that's happening to these kids these days has got me fucked. Yeah. Empty meat sack. Just under empty meat sack. Fuck me. Just underneath that. Exactly. Sanitizing reality. And this stuff isn't being splashed over all. It's a little corner of Reddit that nobody's forced to see and most people probably don't know about. That's the way we like it. We discussed that in Mod Mail probably, Struth, would have been about 3 years ago, to take us off all. For that reason. We're not evangelical about this shit. We don't want to stick it down people's throats. We are here for the community, and the community's built up. What was that now? 326,132. That's a 5,000 person jump in 24 hours, by the way. Traffic's massive. We don't stick it down people's throats. People want to come here, they're welcome to come here. That's if it's still going. One of the other reasons I'm doing this. Jammy whammy. That's what really gets me about this, on top of nobody here being malicious. Well, WPD isn't even a front page sub. I only found this through word of mouth. Nobody is here that doesn't want to be. Exactly what I just fucking said. I didn't even read that till now. I've went through and I skimmed the top comments, read a couple of the child threads. Took me the better part of 2.5 hours. Lucky I had a quiet shift tonight. Finally, touching on Endless Vanity's comment. Love your work, by the way, babe. Big shout out. I am 100% against having any more suicide videos, and here is why. If an actual Reddit user were to stream their suicide and it ended up here, they'll be all over the news media, and it'll be the death blow to this sub. I agree that it would be a death blow to this sub, but I'll get back to that. After the several users who have sent Modsmail requesting permission to do this and being told no, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. That, unfortunately, is the case. We've had a few people in that way inclined, basically saying they're going to set up a stream and try it, and we've told them no every single time. We've contacted admins, we've notified, directed them over to Suicide Watch. About a few of them come good. Some of them have just disappeared. Yeah. I'm not going to read out this next comment just because it's so fucking goddamn long and I've been rambling long enough. But I recommend you check out the top comment underneath Endless Vanity's sticky post by Holy Shit It's Tits. Jesus H Christ. Holy shit it's tits. Nice work, mate. Now, regardless of what happens, it's been good. It's been good. Anyway, I won't chew your ear off anymore. I've had about fucking 7:45 in the morning over here. I've got to edit and post this. And what I will suggest, though, is to subscribe to the channel that this is on. I mean, I don't use it anymore. It's been pretty much defunct for about 3 years. But if anything does happen to the sub, this will be the place to go for news. We have contingency. That's all I'm going to say. And actually, no, fuck that. We have a contingency, and it doesn't involve Reddit. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah. If there's any other questions, any questions about this vid, by all means, chuck it down in the comments. I'll have a read through in the morning, because as I said, by the time I finish with this, I'll be getting to bed about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm fucking knackered. Thanks for listening. Take it easy, guys. Be good. Hey, Ray.